Do you think I pay you to waste my time, idiot? Jungkook's voice cut through the dimly lit office like a whip. Papers fluttered to the floor as his subordinate froze. Eyes wide, the man trembling under the intensity of his glare. Jungkook didn't even raise an eyebrow. His black suit hung on him like armor, every muscle taut with controlled fury. I saw tonight, not next week. Do you understand me? His words were not just angry, they were lethal, a threat you could feel in the pit of his stomach. The man stammered, trying to apologize, but Jungkook didn't wait. He slammed the desk out with a hand so precise it made the glass tremble. The man bolted, leaving Jungkook alone in the cold silence of his office, the faint hum of city lights outside the tall windows doing nothing to soften the tension. Meanwhile, across town, in a cozy apartment scented faintly with vanilla and coffee, while launched on a plush couch, her hair messy from a long day, she laughed as her best friend Mia waved her phone dramatically in front of her. Come on, Bunny, you have to try this. I swear it's a Mafia number or something. Look, just call it. What's the worst that could happen? One rolled her eyes, a playful smirk tugging at her lips. Mia, I swear the last time you said that, it was just some old delivery guy who hung up on me. But fine, for science, right? She grabbed her phone and hesitated, thumb hovering over the dial button. Mia snickered beside her, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Just say something scandalous, make it fun, pretend you are a little daring. Wine laughed softly, shaking her head, then dialed. The line rang 1, 2, 3. A deep, controlled male voice answered so calm it was terrifying. Hello. Wine's heart raced, but she smiled, letting her voice soften to a playful tone. Hey, there was a brief pause, then the voice snapped low and dangerous, like steel cutting through velvet. Excuse me? Wine, trying to mask her sudden apprehension, giggled nervously. You? Yeah, I heard this number was, special. Thought I would see if it belonged to someone intriguing. From behind her, Mia whispered, Bunny, Bunny, and Wine's cheeks flushed. She had forgotten Mia would yell her unique name in excitement. And in that moment, it slipped out during the call. Yeah, I'm Bunny, by the way. A faint sound of train in the background, the rhythmic clatter echoing softly, reached the phone. Unbeknownst to Wine, Jungkook's eyes narrowed. That tiny slip, the nickname, the background noise clicked in his mind like a key turning in a lock. He knew exactly where to start. Bunny, you are going to regret saying that. One smile faltered, her voice quivering ever so slightly. Wait, I just joking. Mia dared me. It's nothing, I swear. I don't do jokes. His voice was soft now, almost intimate, but there was a threat hiding in every syllable. But you are going to pay attention. I'll find you. What? Who is this? Someone who doesn't like being mocked, and you mock me. Click. The line went dead. Wine stared at her phone, her fingers trembling slightly as Mia walked beside her. Bunny, I think you just call a real mafia guy. Oh god, the playful dare, the joke, it had ignited a storm. Somewhere in a dark office with city lights glinting off his expensive watch, Jungkook was already planning his next move. And Bunny, she had no idea. She had just invited a hurricane into her life. The first thing Jungkook did after the prank call wasn't what anyone expected. He didn't storm streets immediately or send his men in blind panic. No, he sat in his office, the lights low, a cigarette smoldering between his fingers, and a storm raging outside. His anger, usually explosive, simmered, replaced by an unfamiliar, sharp curiosity when he opened the attachments Mia had inadvertently sent him her photos. There she was, Bunny laughing with Mia, hair messy but glinting in the sun, her eyes full of life. The tiny freckle near her temple catching his attention like a light in the darkness. Normally, he would have scolded at any woman who dared to toy with him, but she made his chest tighten. His control fray, his anger didn't disappear, it transformed into intrigue, into obsession. He hacked her sim that night carefully, methodically, every text between her and Mia, every call she made, every photo she sent. He absorbed it all. He saw her joking. I swear, Mia, if he calls again, I'm just gonna hang up and run. But kinda, he sounded hot, scary, but hot. Jungkook's eyes darkened, the corner of his lips twitching. Hot, he muttered, voice low, dangerous. The man who had never tolerated mockery now found himself smirking over her flippancy, imagining her lips moving as she spoke that silly line. He saw her freaking out over minor things, spilled coffee, allied bus Mia's endless teasing. Each small panic made him want to appear control her fear, dominate her tiny cues. He didn't know why. He hated letting anyone see him unravel. Yet she made him unsteady. Her innocence, her warmth, her careless bravery, it all stoked a fire in him. And yet he didn't want to admit it, not to himself, not ever. But then he found her. The rain was relentless, punching off the uneven cobblestones of the night market, turning puddles into dark mirrors. Stalls flickered with dim lantern light. The air Wine wandered between stalls, shivering in her light jacket, laughing nervously at Mia's attempt to bargain with a street vendor. Chuk watched from the shadows, his black coat blended with the night. He didn't move until he was alone, separated from Mia by the curve of the alley. Then, silently, like a predator, he stepped into the dim light. Wine froze, instinct flaring. Still want to call me daddy now? His voice was low, laced with amusement and threat, cutting through the patter of the rain. Her chest tight and fear protection confusing. What? Who are you? He didn't answer directly. He moved closer, hands casually in his pockets, every step deliberate. The rain streaked down his hair, clinging to his jawline. I should be angry, you mocked me, but. He paused, tilting his head slightly, inspecting her like she was a puzzle he couldn't resist solving. I think I'm not. One swallowed hard, trying to step back. Her fingers trembled slightly. Please, I didn't mean anything. It was just a joke. A joke? He repeated, a dry chuckle escaping his lips. You are lucky I don't kill people for jokes. His eyes narrowed, studying her expression, the way her lips quivered, the way her hair stuck to her damp face. But he added, voice softer, dangerously intimate, you are interesting. Once heartbeat hammered in her chest, something about him, something primal, unrelenting, both terrified and enthralled her. Move and I'll leave you alone. Stay and I might let you survive the night. The tension was unbearable. Rain soaked the edges of her jacket. She hesitated, her instincts screaming to run, but her curiosity, her fluttering heart kept her rooted. I don't understand. Why are you even here? He smacked the corner of his lips twitching because Bunny, he said, using the nickname she had carelessly given in that first fateful call. I want to know everything about you. The nickname sent a shiver down her spine, and in that moment, under the rain and dim lights, between fear and fascination, the dangerous game began. A week later, Jungkook finally forced an encounter, not in public, but in the secluded loft he had taken over to talk to her. Wine had tried to be polite, playful even, but he had been blunt, cold, even rude, and then she had made a mistake, a minor slip, a tear glimmering in her eye because Mia had accidentally insulted her during a text message argument. She thought no one would notice. But Jungkook did. He had been reviewing her intercepted messages, planning his next move when he saw the text, then a picture she sent to while alone, her lips trembling, tears threatening to fall. He hated it, hated the weakness it revealed, and yet he couldn't look away. For the first time in years, he felt his control fraying. Why are you crying, Bunny? His voice was low, almost breaking, rougher than usual. It's nothing. She tried to smile, but the tremble betrayed her. He stepped closer, fists clenching in the rare vulnerability that terrified him more than any gun ever could. Don't hide it, I hate lies. She looked up, meeting his eyes, and something raw passed between them, a mixture of fear, fascination, and an intimacy neither had expected. The sight of her lip quivering, her hands shaking slightly, twisted a painful memory from his past. Someone he had lost forever, and yet he had to admit it. Internally, he was drawn to her helplessly. The next night, one tried to run. She had convinced herself she could leave, that she could escape the storm of obsession she had accidentally unleashed. But Jungkook had anticipated it. She turned a corner, heart pounding, and froze as a group of his men silently blocked the alley. Then from the shadows, he emerged tall, dark, and impossibly calm. Jungkook, I'm just going home, please. He didn't shout, he didn't raise his voice. Instead, he came up behind her, warm, breath, raising her ear. If you were mine, little girl, you would need to run. The words sent chills down her spine. She shivered, caught between fear and the strange pull she couldn't deny. He stepped back just enough to give her space, but the message was clear. She wasn't escaping, not tonight. Meanwhile, Mia's guilt grew heavy day by day. She had never imagined a simple prank could spiral into a dangerous obsession. She tried to unwind. Bunny, I shouldn't have given you that number. I didn't know it was like this. Please just be careful. Why never forgiving, brushed it off with a small laugh. Mia, I know you didn't mean it. I just am learning fast that some jokes are dangerous. But Mia's guilt didn't stop at words. She tried to mislead Jungkook once, pretending wine was somewhere else, only for him to see through it immediately using his resources and hacking skills. Mia's failed attempt added weight to her conscience and made wine safety even more precarious. The core of Jungkook's obsession wasn't just attraction, it was the mockery. Being called had cut deeper than any insult ever could. Someone once humiliated him publicly, destroying his reputation. At then, any hint of being mocked triggered something primal in him. Wine had unknowingly poked that dark nerve. But here's the twist: instead of punching her violently, he became obsessed. She had dared to mock him, and yet she was kind, loving, human in a way no one else ever was. The contrast fascinated him, infuriated him, and made him lose control piece by piece. You think this is a joke, Bunny? He leaned close, voice soft but deadly. You have no idea what you have done, and I don't know whether I want to punish you or protect you. Mine looked at him, a mixture of fear and curiosity in her eyes. I didn't mean. Chugu cut her off with a smirk. almost teasing. Of course you didn't, that's what makes it irresistible. The city was quiet that night, the streets like with rain that glimmered under the yellow streetlights. One walked beside Mia, the two of them laughing softly, unaware of the shadow looming just a few steps behind them. Jungkook's presence wasn't subtle anymore. He wanted her to know he was there, watching, protecting, claiming. He stepped closer, long coat fading slightly in the breeze. His gaze never left her. You are late, Bunny. Wine froze, her heart skipping a beat. Sorry, she stammered, cheeks pink. He didn't answer her apology. Instead, he reached out and slightly grabbed her hand, this simple gesture packed with quiet authority. You shouldn't walk alone. He said, voice low, almost a growl, not when I can see you. Wine looked up at him, half fearful, half thrilled. I am fine, she whispered, but even she felt the safety in his possessive grip. Chunguk smirked, dark eyes glinting. No, Bunny, you are mine, and I don't like it when you wander off. Even Mia, standing a few steps behind, could see the sharp edge in his tone. It wasn't anger, it was claiming. Wine's lips curved into a small, nervous smile. I don't mind being yours. The words made his chest tighten, a rare, almost imperceptible softness surfacing in his gaze. He stepped closer, lowering his head so their foreheads nearly touched, the word narrowing down to the two of them. Good, because I'll never let anyone touch you. His thumb brushed over the back of her hand, possessive, protective ever. She leaned into him slightly, trusting him in a way she never thought possible. I like that, she whispered, her heart fluttering. He pulled back just enough to steady her, his smirk returning, teasing and dark. Careful, Bunny, if anyone else dares, they won't just regret it will despair. She laughed softly despite the shiver running down her spine. You're ridiculous. Maybe. He said, tone low and dangerous, but you like it. One tilted her head, warmth flooding her heart. Maybe I do. He pulled her gently closer, one arm wrapping around her waist, the other brushing a strand of damp hair from her face. And in that moment, the city, the night, the chaos, they all disappeared. She was his, and he made sure she knew it. Not with anger, not with voice, but with possessive, unwavering devotion. And for the first time since that prank call, Bunny felt completely safe, completely seen, completely hers. Jungkook, the heartless mafia with anger issues, had found the one thing he couldn't resist her, and he would never let go.